kicking it off quick here.
Yeah.
Looks like Havoc is already scoring a touchdown here to start the game. AJ Jenkins, 7-0 Havoc.
We'll get you to the game in a minute, but right now it's already 7-0.
Havoc has a knack for quick scores.
Yeah, I was about to say you didn't miss anything. You missed like 3 plays.
So as we were talking about before we went to break, I think Havoc does have an advantage in this game, seeing that he's seen this offense already today.
Yeah.
He's seen the plays. He knows, he's familiar with them, and it should be old hat. You know, he's already adapted to them once, so he could pull the defense that he used earlier and use it now.
Yeah, and for a true, statement, I don't know if he really remembers what Havoc is going to do right here.
Right.
I mean, what Havoc is going to do on offense.
So this is what we were talking about earlier. Havoc runs this nickel run commit defense. And the read option I found was very effective against it because they all typically, when he run commits, they're all going to bite on the running back. And if you keep it with Kaepernick, you can get outside and get some big yards. And it's basically just a stick contest. One-on-one, you win the user, see who's going to win. So true statement going with his base pass play here, which is the PA dig. And he basically just streaks the slot and the tight end and wheels the running backs. So he's got 2 wheels, 2 streaks. Pretty normal. That would be his check down, as his drag, and he'll playmaker it up if it's man coverage.
Okay.
I'm communicating with Coach K here.
Zane's trying to.
I'm paying my forbidden buyback fee.
Don't tell me. Pick.
Oh, and we dropped the pick.
That's an interception any day of the week.
Havoc is playing true statement. True statement is he posts over at the Gamers Lab mainly, so that's probably where you would know him from. Clutch catch there by Manningham to keep the drive going.
It's funny, I haven't seen too many curl routes today.
Play number 6 coming up on this drive. Quarterback's calling something out.
Mr. Smith, I'll just find someone else to send at you. It doesn't have to be JPP. I'll tell you what, you can pick.
Way off the receivers. The D-line now shifted into a spread look. They are getting ready to rush that quarterback.
And there it is, the run commit against this read option. They just bite down hard on the running back, leaving you big lanes to run with Kaepernick. That's pretty much the downfall that Havoc is going to experience with this, is he's got to be on par with his support. Great drive by True Statement to answer. Oh, I spoke too soon. I think we both did, but True Statement is doing a good job on this drive.
About to snap it for the 9th play of the drive. That brings the play to an end. That was a running play that time by the offense. It picked up some good yards. Nothing like it. Show the defense you're willing to get in there and slug it out and get some tough running yards.
I think it's good. It's good strategy by True Statement to show more of this stretch, because he knows that Havoc is used to this offense today. So the more stretch he throws in, or the more formations that he shows that Havoc hasn't defended from the Green Bay playbook, the better.
When you're a running football team, listen, there's going to be a lot of ugly plays that don't work. You just got to keep running it. Play number 12 coming up for the offense.
So what True Statement's in here is, I guess you would call it a hidden formation of the flex wing. It's a play with an auto motion, but Crabtree, who's at that flex wing position, I'm sorry, he's not flex, but he's basically in an auto motion that's being canceled. So he's basically putting him on a streak or a wheel, whatever he feels is going to give them the best chance to attack the defense. But that play has a few really good routes. The slot corner, as well as the flanker on the right side of the field runs kind of like an outside release, a route that breaks to the sideline and then cuts back sharp open the middle, kind of like a slant, but it's a bit more effective. And it stays underneath yellow zones.
Going to see another run right here.
They motion the receiver around to the other side. 3rd and 2. Gore. And here he goes.
Talking about
Good job on the defense.
something that Remix Z is mentioning here is how fast these players go through the hot route menus. Maybe it's just me, but I haven't noticed that True Statement's audible plays are showing up. Oh, actually, there they are. I misspoke. But for some reason, I thought on the previous plays when he was audibling, he was doing it without his menu being up, and that can be tough at times too. Sometimes you need that visual confirmation that a coverage hot route kicked in or a line adjustment kicked in. But it's either you show your opponent some things and you know that your audible's kicked in or your commands kicked in, or you sit there and wonder.
Now, do you ever use the bluff mode?
The bluff mode can be used. I typically, instead of using the method where you hold A and scroll through the quick audibles, I'll just press X again to bring up my audible screen, and then I'll use the stick like previous years. So up is the quick pass, down is the run, et cetera, et cetera. I appreciate the comment, Jagger.
Split backfield here. The wide receiver,
I'm not sure if you're being sarcastic or not.
2nd down and 2. They've got him behind.
Good user there.
Yeah, he just totally ignored the running back and went straight on the quarterback.
And that is something that with Havoc, you are dealing with a lot of looks. He rarely brings out the same formation 2 times in a row. As you can see there, he was in the shotgun 2 back. I highly doubt he's going to come out in it again, especially after it got stuffed that time.
Yeah.
But also, he'll run, the normal, shotgun normal. He'll also come out in the under center snugs. He'll mix in trips tight end.
Yeah,
Panther heavy sometimes. Giving multiple looks makes it hard to adjust on defense.
it's amazing how fast this. It's amazing how fast this half is going. I mean, we're already up to 2 minutes left. We got 2 minutes left. I mean, right now it's 4th and 3. Do you think this is a good play?
It's all right. I mean, you could punt, but that wasn't the read. There was definitely a right side slot open there, or a right side seam. But Misery, I hope I aced it too. We'll see what happens. I was kind of mad that I didn't get to play the game, but at least you got a free win out of it.
You didn't play your CCM game?
Yeah, it was CCM game, and I had to study. School. Who needs school, right?
School. You can make hundreds of thousands playing Madden.
Maybe Problem does that, but.
Oh, my goodness.
And a drop pick, and we have a disconnected controller.
Somebody almost raged.
I'm guessing that Havoc slapped his controller on his knee there, and the battery came loose. That's typically my response when I drop picks.
It looked like True Statement just ran past the ball. It looked like he overran the ball.
Well, the run commit also kind of affects the pass leading. So pass leads aren't exactly the same when somebody run commits down. The DBs are in a different position. It affects how the trajectory of the throw is. So it's not a comfortable defense to face from a lot of standpoints. Mr. Sports King probably off on a tangent right now, but I had to take an immunology exam.
What a job by the receiver making that catch on the deep ball. Looks it in, makes the catch, and goes all the way for the touchdown.
Now it's time for Havoc to
and after that extra point, the 49ers are leading by 7.
Something that, you know, I'm really kind of admiring about how True Statement is playing this game is when they use that run commit defense, the top doesn't always come off the defense. Sometimes they stay in a decent enough position to make a play on a deep ball. But True Statement is staying, he's got good pocket presence. He's looking downfield, and he's making the right reads the majority of the time. Like right there, the top did come off the defense, and he was able to lob up top for a touchdown.
But there was no chance of getting the first down by catching and running against his defense.
So here's another instance where I just think that Pooch kid was
trying to work that
wow. Great user. So right there, he set up the flanker screen again, but decided to try to hit the results.
Usually it's going to turn into an interception. A ton of defensive backs out here for this play.
He just stayed in the right position and he got it.
This is why I like quarterbacks who get underneath the
Randy Moss doesn't like to go over the middle in real life either, so.
The defense, because they cannot see where the football is. You can fake reverses, you can fake the run. You got these play action passes that generally work and get you some easy completions. Has some space to work with.
True Statement.
Wow.
True Statement is
making a statement.
making a statement right now. But he's hitting a very good run of Madden right now. He's played very well, with the exception of that early fourth quarter against Brusque. He's played 7 of the past 8 quarters. Well, we're only in the second, but he's essentially played perfect football for the past 6 quarters or so.
Right, and this is what I think I was talking about earlier, where you have Joke, who's in the winners bracket, he's just sitting there. I mean, he's watching all these games, but he's not playing. And we'll see how that affects him. But when you get on a groove like True Statement is right now, and you can continue to win games and continue to evolve.
Good patience here by Havoc.
Yes.
10 seconds left. He does need to get into field goal range, though, and that's a pick.
And he's intercepted.
And that throw was probably really not Havoc's fault. I would say the clock dictated that more so than anything.
If he had 30 more seconds, or if there was like a minute still left, he probably wouldn't have thrown that ball.
He would have just thrown it away and lived to play another down.
Now, if it's a True Statement right here, you definitely want to be aggressive, right? 5 seconds left.
Right. He's probably going to look for a quick seam and get down, but not enough time now. He's just going to go up top. So, True Statement with a 14-point lead at half.
We'll be back with our first half analysis in just a moment.
And the ball.
And he gets the ball. So True Statement can really put a major stranglehold on this game right now. If he can take some time off the clock, drive down, and score a touchdown.
Now we're going to see right here if he's going to fall into the same trap that he fell to against, Brusque, where he doesn't stick with what got him here. He's passed the ball well all game. Now let's see if he starts to run the ball in the second half and get conservative. I don't know if it's in his game plan to start switching up like he did last game. He starts it off with a run.
You almost saw that coming. I think another thing that Havoc is doing, and maybe you could touch on this, is when you spread the line and you see that opening in the middle, you almost want to run, but then all of a sudden when you do, it's really not there.
Right. I mean, when you don't see anybody covering the guard or the center or either guard,
right,
that's begging for you to run a dive.
Right. See, well, he has the 2 linebackers there, but see how he moves them out. So
right,
that's almost, that entices you to run the ball, doesn't it?
Right, it does. But as you can tell, that closes up when he run commits.
Yes.
But he gets outside with that read option, because when you run commit, they're all going to bite on the running back.
They are so valuable. You can't always block everybody to the ground. The running back's got to do it himself sometimes. Nice job there by the running back.
Taking his time. He's got to force. There's no need to rush right here.
Right.
Force Havoc to do things that he doesn't want to do.
Here comes the wide receiver in motion. 1st and 10. They hand it off to him.
And see, that was a great call right there, because after being gashed by that read option several times, that time Havoc shoots to the outside with his user, and it's an actual dive call. So great chess match going on here.
And if you're a true statement, this is what you want right now. You want him trying to guess what you're going to do. You always want to force your opponent to adjust to you. And right now, Havoc has to adjust to true statement right now. He's in control. 14-point lead, and he's winding down the whole 3rd quarter.
As you can see right here, it looks like Havoc is in the bear run. Well, it could have been the over plus. I couldn't quite tell, but it was one of the two.
Yeah, but you saw it was a lot more intentional.
Well, the defensive coach is going to be upset at this play. After that long
right there, he basically lined up a man on every single lineman, and that told true statement just simply to read the box and break the run outside.
I thought he snapped that a little bit too quick. I mean,
I do too. He had been taking a lot of time off the clock every snap.
But maybe it's a rhythm thing. He's in a rhythm right now. But you still have to be careful. I mean, we've seen these things change with one hit over the middle.
Many times throughout this tournament.
Retreating. Defense with plenty of bodies in the box here on this play. The defensive line sees something here. They shift to the left. The quarterback's hollering out instructions, trying to beat the play clock. Alden Smith with the quarterback takedown.
So Havoc adjusts to the flanker screen to the running back. It's not really a flanker screen, but the flare screen to the running back. And Havoc wasn't able to get to his second read.
I thought that was great pocket presence, not to try to force that out there.
Right, for a second there it looked like he stepped up in the pocket and he was going to be able to get away and scramble, but he was dragged down. You can tell that true statement seems a lot more content right now with the situation of this game versus the game against for us. Even with that 2-possession lead, it just didn't feel like it was a 2-possession lead. You almost get that feeling in this game.
When you run the football like this and you show toughness, there is no doubt. When you fake it and try to throw the football down
again,
the field,
like last game, take the 17-point lead because 2 touchdowns and 2 two-point conversions can't tie this game. And I assume he's just going to take this to the 4th quarter and kick.
So True Statement is in full control of this game right now.
The 49ers in field goal formation. And he drives it through.
And David Akers is not missing in this match. So 17-point lead here for True Statement. Now,
if you have it, is it imperative? Oh, wow. That could be a disaster.
The return team, they don't block anybody. They take the big hit and cause the fumble, but very fortunate to recover their own fumble. The quarterback's calling something out. 1st down and 10. The quarterback throws the pass.
Again, I think it's
very much like the Bruss comeback.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think it's so amazing that you play a defense all in the first half and you don't give up big plays. And then in the second half, when you have a big lead, you give up a big play. Is that just him trying to adjust not to? I would think he would adjust not to give up
here
a big
for what
play.
looks like an onside kick.
Oh, Randy Moss again.
Wow, man.
Out of bounds.
That ball took an odd hop, never really had a chance. Havoc's really going to have to basically force the issue here. Yeah. I expect him to send 6 nearly every play. And then just take his chances trying to use one of the first reads of that true statement may have. Again, it may sound like a broken record, but is there really any reason, in your opinion, why Frank Gore should not get every touch the rest of this game, barring him being fatigued?
Or Kaepernick.
Right.
Up the middle, and he's brought to the ground. And the defense will use one of its timeouts right here.
All right, so Havoc with 1 timeout left.
Press coverage
like
all
said,
the way. There's the quarterback
run the ball
barking out new signals.
I don't know if I agree if this call fits the flanker screen. I guess we'll find out. It could be a decoy. It was a decoy.
The quarterback motions the wide receiver. The defense thinks it has a read on this play as they move to the left.
And look at how those, look at how Manningham got to the second level and just stayed on the block.
What a wonderful job.
This formation and the read option for plays in general are just unbelievable at how they all block like they're Hines Ward. I mean, when you think of a great blocking wide receiver, you think of Hines Ward. They all block like they're Hines Ward. It doesn't matter if it's Ted Ginn, Mario Manningham. That play sprung that touchdown.
So is the key to stopping that sort of read option right there is to not run commit, but still rush at least 6 and key on. I almost say you want to key on the quarterback.
What I've seen some people do, I know myself, I struggle when people run like a 3-3-5 or an edge sting with that blitz angle, and then they move it off the edge. So not only are I'm reading the defensive end, but then they slide that outside linebacker outside of that defensive end. So now I have an additional person on the edge, and my quarterback really can't get outside. So that's how I would try to start stopping.
I have a video on it. I don't remember seeing video.
No, I haven't done a how to stop the read option video, and I would say mainly because there's really nothing that is overly consistent. I mean, while that edge sting angle is very good at deterring people from running it over and over and over, but it's not going to happen every time. Sometimes that guy will come in clean off the edge and then overplay the running back, just like the defensive end does. It looks scary at the very least. Yes, Mr. Smith.
They're being dominated today. They're down more than 7, but don't worry about it. Score here and just keep playing. First down, following the long play.
Oh, wow. He needs to get another playoff here real quick. He doesn't want to waste this 2-minute warning. And he's short.
2 minutes to go in the second half.
1 timeout left.
It's been stuffed twice. Do you have the guts to run it a 3rd time?
I think so.
This would be the most epic goal line stand I have seen this year in Madden if he does it again. He's got it.
Yeah, he's got it. There's no way.
Serious Mo's in the house.
Job by the quarterback. He read the defense. He realized there was a little weakness.
I believe he's got a new controller now. I heard that through the grapevine that he can actually now play the game of Madden the right way. Serious Mo's been playing with a defective controller since he was like 12 years old.
They line up now in an onside kick formation. That kick came right at him, and it looks like the receiving team.
And I think we're going to end up seeing this game come to an end a little early here. I anticipate that Havoc will give up yield a first down, and that'll be it.
So once again, that middle looks like it's open, but at the snap of the ball, it's not going to be open.
The wide receiver in motion. Now 1st and 10.
It's just a seal here and a seal there. The next thing you know, you got an apple.